I'd now like to welcome another new Member of Parliament to speak. Very, very welcome member, very active in anti-racist campaigning and in international affairs for a very long time, MP for Bolton, Yasmin Qureshi.
Hi, good evening. Firstly, can I thank Dr. Wall and the CND for organising this meeting and all the work that they have been doing for a number of years campaigning on these issues. When you follow after speakers such as Karen Lucas, Diane Abbott, Kate Hudson, and John Trickett and everyone, they actually say more or less, I think, what most of us believe in and how strongly we feel about these things. I think everyone knows that we should cancel Trident. It makes no sense to spend £78 billion on a technology, on these nuclear weapons, when probably a few years down the road, they'll become redundant. I don't know if you remember Polaris was when we spent billions and billions of pounds on it. By the time it was manufactured, it became redundant technology, and we then have to order Trident. And the same is going to happen in years down the road as well. It's going to be a waste of technology. It's going to be a waste of money. But of course, at the end of the day, as John Trickett says, it's got the nuclear warheads in it and missiles, which are going to cause enormous amount of destruction if even one of them is used. And the reality is no one's going to be using them. And if they're not going to use them, why do we need to keep them? That money can be spent usefully on so many other things in our country that needs to be done. And therefore, I certainly, along with, I know the members of Parliament here, will be campaigning against the fact that the Trident should not be renewed. And let's see, whether we win the debate or not. On Afghanistan, again, we're just wasting so much money on a war that is completely unnecessary. We've been there 9 years now, and I don't think things have actually changed much. I had the opportunity to go to Afghanistan 2 years ago and travel different parts of it and spoke to people on the ground there. Yes, there has been some capacity building. Yes, there has been some changes in building of schools and things. But for 9 years to already reach that much progress is just not enough. We can make more schools, more hospitals. We don't have to have our armies present there. We don't have to have our troops there being killed and us killing Afghani people as well, just so that we can make few schools and few hospitals. We can do that without having to invade a sovereign nation. And let's face it, it is an invasion of another sovereign nation. It was the wrong thing to do in Iraq. That was a sovereign nation we invaded, and we really got to stop doing this. It hasn't got rid of any troubles. The Al-Qaeda, the Taliban have become even more stronger and stronger, and you now hear regularly what's going on in Pakistan, and every day there are numerous amounts of bombs going across different cities in Pakistan, because this issue is now travelling not just out of Afghanistan, it's actually going out to the surrounding areas as well. What have we achieved? We've actually achieved nothing. And as has been said already by a number of previous speakers, that yes, initially when the armies came, they were considered as liberators, was by some people, but now I think virtually every single Afghani you speak to wants our troops out, and rightly so. They should be allowed to build their nation state. We should get out. We therefore don't kill their people, we don't kill our troops, and of course the money that we save from the billions that we spend at the moment on the Afghan war, we can use it to rebuild our own country as well. So, as has been said, we talk about the budget, they say we need to make all these cuts, but we don't need to make these cuts. As Karen Lucas has said, actually we've got the savings already that we need. The money is there that we can use. It's a question of, for some reason, telling the sort of leadership of all the political parties, not just the Conservative but the Labour Party as well, about the fact that they need to move from these what they think is accepted conventional wisdom, how to deal with international problems. We need to ask them to look at actually much more realistic option, that we should stop sort of pretending that we're also world powers. At the end of the day, we also England needs to break its link with the USA, because it seems that wherever the USA goes, we kind of follow with it. And that's another debate that perhaps we need to get going in our country and shift the attitude that we mustn't necessarily always follow what the Americans say. Now, I probably said what some of other speakers already said, but I think there's no harm in repeating these things again. We do need to cancel to fight for the cancellation of the Trident. We do need to campaign to bring our troops back home, and we do, we're just causing, as far as I can see, too much of mayhem and destruction. And the only way to solve Afghanistan policy is, a bit like what they had to do in Northern Ireland, is you talk to everyone. None of this rubbish, well, we won't talk to this group because they're terrorists, and we won't give to this because, they don't believe in our rights. At the end of the day, right, if you want really genuinely a peace in a country, you have to talk to everyone in that country. And at the end of the day, I think if a majority of those people probably also want the best for their country as well. And it's reaching out to that common ground, and it's actually being brave to take those initiatives to actually get everyone on board and work together so the Afghani people run their own country and we get the hell out of here.